Hello, friends. This is Joey. Welcome to EnglishSpeakEz, your safe space for learning English step by step. I'm so glad you're here with me today. You know, I remember this moment so clearly. It was my first day at a new job, and I was standing in the break room holding a cup of coffee. A friendly person walked in, smiled at me, and said hello. And do you know what happened? My mind went completely blank. I knew my name. I knew where I was from. But somehow, in that moment, I couldn't remember how to say any of it in English. I just stood there smiling awkwardly, feeling my face turn red. Have you ever felt like that? That moment when you want to say something but the words just won't come out. You're not alone. I've been there. And today, we're going to make sure that never happens to you again. This is EnglishSpeakEz, and I'm Joey. On this channel, we focus on real English for real life, not textbook English, not complicated grammar rules that don't make sense, just simple practical English that you can use today. Every episode, we take one topic, one situation, and we break it down together. We practice, we repeat, we make mistakes, and we learn, because that's what this journey is all about. Today, we're talking about something that happens all the time in life, introducing yourself to new people. Think about it. You meet someone at work. You meet someone at a coffee shop. You meet someone at a party. You meet your neighbor in the hallway. Every single day, there are moments when you need to say hello and tell someone who you are. And I want you to feel confident in those moments. I want you to feel calm, prepared, and ready. So here's what we're going to learn today. First, you're going to learn the most common and natural ways to introduce yourself in English. Not the old-fashioned textbook ways, but the ways that real people actually use every day. Second, you're going to learn how to keep the conversation going after you say hello. Because introducing yourself isn't just about your name, it's about making a connection. And third, you're going to practice everything with me. We'll say the sentences together. We'll repeat them. We'll make them feel natural in your mouth. By the end of today, you'll have the words ready. You'll have the confidence ready. And the next time you meet someone new, you'll know exactly what to say. I know this might feel scary. Meeting new people in another language can feel really intimidating. But here's what I want you to remember. Everyone you meet was once a stranger. Every friend you have now was someone you didn't know before. And every conversation, every friendship, every connection starts with just a few simple words. Hello, my name is. Nice to meet you. That's all it takes. And today, we're going to practice those words together until they feel easy and natural. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's begin this journey together. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria is from Brazil, and she just moved to Canada for university. It's her first week, and she's walking into her first English class. She's nervous. Her hands are shaking a little bit. She finds a seat and sits down. A few seconds later, another student sits next to her. The student smiles and says, "Hi, I'm Sarah." And Maria knows this is her moment. She needs to introduce herself. She opens her mouth and says, "Hello, my name is Maria. I'm from Brazil. Nice to meet you." And Sarah smiles even bigger and says, "Nice to meet you too, Maria." Welcome to Canada. That's it. That simple moment, that simple introduction. And suddenly, Maria doesn't feel so alone anymore. She made a connection. She started a conversation. And it all happened because she knew what to say. But here's what I know. Many of you are thinking right now, Joey, I know those words. I know how to say my name. But when the moment comes, I get so nervous that I forget everything. I understand. I really do. Because I felt the same way when I was learning other languages. The fear isn't about not knowing the words. The fear is about saying them wrong, about having the wrong accent, about people not understanding you, about feeling embarrassed. Let me tell you something important. Something I wish someone had told me years ago. When you introduce yourself to someone, they're not judging your English. They're not thinking about your grammar or your accent. They're just happy to meet you. They want to know who you are. They want to make a connection. And the fact that you're speaking their language, even if it's not perfect, shows respect. It shows effort. It shows courage. And people appreciate that. I've met people from all over the world. People from Japan, from Mexico, from Egypt, from Russia, from everywhere. And you know what I've never thought when someone introduced themselves to me? I've never thought, oh, their English isn't perfect. I've only thought, I'm so happy they're talking to me. I want to know more about them. That's what people think. That's what people feel. So please, let go of that fear. Let go of that worry, because you're doing something brave and wonderful. Now, let me clear up some myths. Some things that people believe about introductions that just aren't true. First myth, I need to have perfect grammar when I introduce myself. No, you don't. You really don't. If you say, my name Joey instead of my name is Joey, people will still understand you perfectly. They'll still know who you are. Perfect grammar is nice, but communication is more important. Second myth, I need to say a lot of information about myself. No, you don't. A simple introduction is actually better. Just your name and maybe one simple fact. That's enough. You don't need to tell your whole life story in the first sentence. Third myth, if I make a mistake, people will think I'm stupid. Absolutely not. Making mistakes shows you're learning. It shows you're trying. And that's something to be proud of. Fourth myth, native speakers always introduce themselves perfectly. This isn't true either. Even native speakers get nervous. Even native speakers stumble over their words sometimes. We're all human. Let me share my own story with you. When I was learning Spanish, I was terrified of introducing myself. I practiced in my room for hours. I repeated the same sentences over and over. And then one day, I was at a restaurant in Mexico, and the server said hello to me. I took a deep breath, and I said, Hola, me llamo Joey. My accent was terrible. I know it was. But do you know what happened? The server smiled so warmly and said, Mucho gusto, Joey. Nice to meet you, Joey. And we had a wonderful conversation. He didn't care about my accent. He cared that I was trying. He cared that I was making an effort to speak his language. And that taught me something so valuable. People care about connection, not perfection. And here's another important thing I want you to understand. Introducing yourself looks different in different cultures. In some cultures, people are very formal. They shake hands firmly. They use last names. They bow. In other cultures, people are more casual. They use first names right away. They might even hug or kiss on the cheek. And that's okay. All of these ways are correct. What matters is being respectful and being yourself. In English-speaking countries, especially in places like the United States, Canada, the UK, and Australia, introductions are usually quite friendly and casual. people smile. They make eye contact. They shake hands or wave. They use first names most of the time. But even within English-speaking countries, there are differences. A business introduction might be more formal than meeting someone at a party. Meeting your friend's parents might be different from meeting your friend's friends. But the basic structure is always the same. Hello, my name is. Nice to meet you. These core phrases work in every situation. Now let's talk about what a real introduction sounds like. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people meeting at a coffee shop. Let's call them Alex and Jordan. Alex is sitting at a table, working on a laptop. Jordan walks in, looking for a place to sit. All the tables are full except for one chair at Alex's table. Jordan walks over and says, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" Alex looks up and says, "No, please, sit down." Jordan sits and says, "Thank you. I'm Jordan, by the way." Alex smiles and says, "Nice to meet you, Jordan." "I'm Alex." Jordan says, "Nice to meet you too, Alex." And there it is, a simple, natural introduction. No stress, no pressure. Just two people being friendly. Let me give you another example. This time, imagine a first day at work. Emma is new, and she's being shown around the office by her manager. They walk into a room where someone is making coffee. The manager says, "Emma, this is Tom." "Tom, this is Emma. She's joining our team today." Tom turns around, smiles, and extends his hand. He says, "Hi, Emma. Welcome to the team." Emma shakes his hand and says, "Thank you, Tom. It's great to be here." Tom says, "If you need anything, just let me know." Emma says, "I really appreciate that." "Thank you." See? Another introduction. A little more formal because it's at work, but still friendly and natural. One more example. This time at a party. Lisa is at a friend's birthday party and she doesn't know many people there. She's standing near the snack table when someone walks up next to her. The person smiles and says, "Hi, I'm Chris. I'm friends with the birthday person." Lisa says, "Oh, hi Chris, I'm Lisa. I'm also friends with them. We went to school together." Chris says, "That's cool. How long have you known them?" And just like that, the conversation continues. The introduction led to a question, which led to more talking, which led to a connection. Do you see the pattern? In every situation, the introduction is simple. It's just a few words. Hello, my name is. Nice to meet you. Sometimes there's a little extra information. Where you're from, how you know someone, what you do. But the core is always the same, and that's what makes it so learnable. You don't need 100 different phrases. You just need a few good ones that work everywhere. Now, let's learn the specific phrases you need. I'm going to teach you 12 essential expressions for introducing yourself. And for each one, I'm going to give you lots of examples so you can hear how they sound in different situations. We're going to take our time. We're going to practice. And by the end, these phrases are going to feel natural to you. Expression number 1. Hi, I'm, followed by your name. This is the most common and casual way to introduce yourself. You can use this anywhere. At a party, at school, at work, with young people, with older people. It works everywhere. Let me give you examples. Hi, I'm Joey. Hi, I'm Maria. Hi, I'm David. Hi, I'm Sarah. It's short, it's simple, it's perfect. You can also say hello, I'm, if you want to be slightly more formal, but both are great. Hello, I'm Joey. Both work perfectly. Expression number 2. My name is, followed by your name. This is just a tiny bit more formal than I'm, but it's still very common and natural. You might use this in slightly more professional situations or when you want to sound clear and polite. Examples: my name is Joey. My name is Maria. My name is David. My name is Sarah. Notice that after my name is, we usually use our full name or just our first name. Both are fine. My name is Joey Smith, or my name is Joey. You choose based on the situation. Expression number 3. Nice to meet you. This is what you say after someone tells you their name. It's polite, it's friendly, and it shows that you're happy to meet them. Let me show you how it works in a conversation. Someone says, "Hi, I'm Sarah." You say, "Nice to meet you, Sarah." "I'm Joey." Or someone says, "My name is David." You say, "Nice to meet you, David." You can also say, "It's nice to meet you," with the same meaning. Both are perfect. Nice to meet you, or it's nice to meet you. Choose the one that feels more comfortable for you. Expression number 4. Nice to meet you too. This is what you say when someone says, "Nice to meet you" to you first. It's the response, the return. Here's how it works. You say, "Hi, I'm Joey." "Nice to meet you." They say, "Nice to meet you too, Joey. I'm Sarah." See? It's like a little dance. Back and forth. Natural and easy. You can also say "you too" as a short version. If someone says "nice to meet you," you can just say "you too" and smile. It's casual and friendly. Expression number 5. I'm from, followed by your country or city. This is how you tell someone where you come from. It usually comes after you say your name. Examples: Hi, I'm Joey. I'm from the United States. Hello, my name is Maria. I'm from Brazil. Nice to meet you. I'm David and I'm from South Korea. I'm Sarah. I'm from London. You can say your country, your city, or both. I'm from Japan, or I'm from Tokyo, Japan. Whatever feels natural to you. Expression number 6. I'm I, followed by your job or what you study. This tells people a little bit about what you do. Examples: I'm a teacher. I'm a student. I'm a doctor. I'm an engineer. I'm a nurse. Notice we say a teacher, not just teacher. We need that little word "a" in there. I'm a teacher. If your job starts with a vowel sound, we say "an" instead of "a." I'm an engineer. I'm an artist. This is a great way to add a little information about yourself without saying too much. Expression number 7. I work in or I study, followed by your field. This is similar to expression 6, but it's about the area you work in, not your specific job title. Examples: I work in education. I work in technology. I work in healthcare. I study business. I study engineering. This is useful when you don't want to get too specific or when your job is hard to explain. I work in marketing is easier than explaining exactly what kind of marketing specialist you are. Expression number 8. What about you? This is the magic question. After you introduce yourself and share a little information, you ask this question to keep the conversation going. It shows you're interested in the other person. Examples: Hi, I'm Joey. I'm from the United States. What about you? I'm a teacher. What about you? I'm studying computer science. What about you? This simple question turns your introduction into a conversation. It opens the door for the other person to share. Expression number 9. Where are you from? This is another great question to ask after introducing yourself. It's friendly, it's curious, and it's a natural way to learn about someone. You can ask this right after exchanging names. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Where are you from? People usually love answering this question because everyone is proud of where they come from, and it gives you something to talk about. Oh, you're from Brazil. I've always wanted to visit there. Expression number 10. What do you do? This means what is your job? Or what do you study? It's a very common question in English-speaking countries, especially when meeting adults. Examples. After you introduce yourself, you can ask, what do you do? And they might answer, I'm a teacher, or I work in sales, or I'm still in school. This question helps you learn about the person and gives you more things to talk about. Expression number 11. How do you know, followed by the person or place you're both connected to? This is perfect for situations where you're meeting through a mutual friend or at a specific event. Examples. At a party. How do you know the birthday person? At a wedding. How do you know the bride and groom? At a conference. How do you know about this event? This question is great because it finds common ground. It gives you something you both share. Expression number 12. It's great to meet you. Or, it's a pleasure to meet you. These are slightly more enthusiastic or formal ways to say you're happy to meet someone. It's great to meet you is warm and friendly. It's a pleasure to meet you is more formal and professional. Examples. After a nice introduction, you can say, it's great to meet you, Sarah. I hope we can talk more later. Or in a business setting, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Johnson. I've heard wonderful things about your company. Now let me teach you some phrases about getting someone's name right. Sometimes when people introduce themselves, you don't hear their name clearly, or it's a name you're not familiar with. It's completely okay to ask them to repeat it. In fact, it's polite. It shows you care about getting it right. Here are some phrases you can use. I'm sorry, could you repeat your name? Sorry, I didn't catch that. What's your name again? Could you say that one more time, please? I'm sorry, how do you spell that? All of these are polite and natural. Native speakers use these all the time. Don't be afraid to ask. People would rather repeat their name than have you call them the wrong name for weeks. Let me also teach you some phrases for when you meet someone again after the first introduction. Maybe you met them last week and you're seeing them again. You can say, hi again, or good to see you again, or nice to see you again. If you remember their name, use it. Hi, Sarah, good to see you again. If you forgot their name, it's okay to be honest. You can say, I'm so sorry, I remember meeting you, but I've forgotten your name. Could you remind me? People understand. Everyone forgets names sometimes. Now let's talk about body language for a moment. I know we're focusing on words, but when you introduce yourself in person, your body says something too. In most English-speaking cultures, people make eye contact when introducing themselves. Not staring, just friendly eye contact. It shows confidence and respect. People also usually smile. A genuine, warm smile makes introductions feel friendly, and many people shake hands, though this has changed a bit in recent years. Some people still love handshakes. Others prefer a wave or a nod. All are fine. Just be natural and follow what the other person does. Let me give you some more detailed examples of full introductions so you can hear how everything flows together. Imagine you're at a networking event for your industry. You see someone standing alone and you decide to introduce yourself. You walk over, smile, and say, Hi, I'm Joey. I work in education. Are you enjoying the event? They say, Hi, Joey. I'm Michelle. I'm a software developer. Yes, it's interesting so far. Is this your first time here? You say, Yes, it is. I just moved to the city. Where are you from? She says, I'm from here originally. Welcome to the city. What brought you here? And the conversation continues. Notice how after the basic introduction, names and jobs, you both ask questions. That's what keeps it going. That's what makes it a conversation, not just an exchange of information. Another example. Imagine you're starting a new class at a language school. The teacher asks everyone to introduce themselves. When it's your turn, you stand up or stay seated, smile at the class, and say, "Hello, everyone. My name is Joey. I'm from the United States, but I'm living here now. I'm really excited to learn with all of you. Nice to meet you all. Short, simple, friendly." You don't need to say everything about yourself, just enough to let people know who you are. One more example. You're at a friend's dinner party. There are 8 people there, and you only know the person who invited you. Your friend brings you over to a small group and says, "Everyone, this is my friend Joey." You smile and say, "Hi everyone, nice to meet you all." Someone in the group says, "Hi Joey, I'm Robert." "How do you know our host?" You say, "We work together. We've been colleagues for about 2 years. What about you?" Robert says, "Oh, we went to university together." "What kind of work do you do?" And there you go. Introduction made, conversation started, connection beginning. Do you see how it all works? It's not complicated. It's not stressful when you know what to say. You have your phrases ready. You know how to respond. You know how to keep it going. And every time you practice, it gets easier and easier. Now I want to talk about something really important. Confidence. The words are important, yes, but confidence is what makes those words powerful. And here's the secret about confidence. You don't need to feel confident to act confident. You can be nervous inside and still smile, make eye contact, and speak clearly. That's what confidence looks like from the outside. And the more you do it, the more the inside starts to match the outside. The nervousness fades, the fear gets smaller, and real confidence grows. I want you to practice something with me right now. I'm going to say some introduction phrases, and I want you to say them with me. Out loud if you can. Even if you're just whispering, even if you're just mouthing the words. The physical act of saying them helps your brain remember them. It makes them feel more real, more natural. Are you ready? Let's practice together. Hi, I'm Joey. Say it with me. Hi, I'm Joey. One more time. Hi, I'm Joey. Good. Now with your own name. Hi, I'm, and then your name. Say it again. One more time. Excellent. My name is Joey. Say it with me. My name is Joey. Again. My name is Joey. Now with your name. My name is and your name. Say it clearly. Say it with confidence. One more time. Beautiful. Nice to meet you. Say it with me. Nice to meet you. Let's make it warm and friendly. Nice to meet you. One more time with a smile. Nice to meet you. Perfect. I'm from the United States. Say it with me. I'm from the United States. Now say it with your country. I'm from in your country. Say it proudly. Say it clearly. Again. One more time. Wonderful. I'm a teacher. Say it with me. I'm a teacher. Now with your job or what you study. I'm a and your job or I study and what you study. Say it. Own it. One more time. Excellent work. What about you? Say it with me. What about you? This one is so useful. What about you? Again, what about you? Remember, this question keeps conversations going. Great job. Where are you from? Say it with me. Where are you from? With curiosity and friendliness. Where are you from? One more time. Where are you from? Perfect. It's great to meet you. Say it with me. It's great to meet you. With warmth and enthusiasm. It's great to meet you. Again, it's great to meet you. You're doing so well. Now let's practice some complete introductions. I'll say them first, and then you say them after me. Ready? Hi, I'm Joey. I'm from the United States. Nice to meet you. Now you say the whole thing. Hi, I'm Joey. I'm from the United States. Nice to meet you. Say it with your information, your name, your country. Speak it out loud. Hello, my name is Joey. I'm a teacher. What do you do? Now you try. Say the whole introduction. Use your name, your job or studies. Ask the question. Nice to meet you. I'm Joey. Where are you from? Your turn. Say it all together. The greeting, your name, the question. You're doing amazing. Let me give you more sentences to practice. These are sentences you might actually say in real conversations. Say them with me. Let's try each one a few times. I just moved here last month. Say it with me. I just moved here last month. Again, I just moved here last month. If this is true for you, practice it with your real information. I just moved here in. And the month. Or I just moved here and how long ago. I'm studying English because I want to travel. Say it with me. I'm studying English because I want to travel. One more time. I'm studying English because I want to travel. What's your reason for learning English? Practice saying it. I'm studying English because and your reason. This is my first time at this kind of event. Say it with me. This is my first time at this kind of event. Again. This is my first time at this kind of event. This is great to say when you're somewhere new. It invites people to help you feel welcome. I've heard a lot about you. Say it with me. I've heard a lot about you. One more time. I've heard a lot about you. This is perfect when meeting someone your friend told you about. It makes them feel good. I'm really happy to be here. Say it with me. I'm really happy to be here. With genuine warmth. I'm really happy to be here. This is a lovely thing to say in any situation. At a party, at a new job, in a new class. People love positivity. Let me teach you a few more casual phrases that native speakers use all the time. These are a bit more relaxed and friendly, perfect for informal situations. Hey, I'm Joey. Say it with me. Hey, I'm Joey. This is very casual. You'd use this with people your age or younger in relaxed settings. Hey, I'm Joey. Try it. Hey, I'm in your name. What's your name? Say it with me. What's your name? This is more direct than my name is Joey, what's yours? But it's still friendly. What's your name? Again, what's your name? Use this when someone says hi to you but doesn't introduce themselves. Good to meet you. Say it with me. Good to meet you. This is a shorter version of nice to meet you and very common. Good to meet you. One more time. Good to meet you. Both are perfect. So what brings you here? Say it with me. So what brings you here? This is a great question for events, parties, or any situation where people gathered for a reason. So what brings you here? Practice it. So what brings you here? It's friendly and opens up conversation. Let's practice some response phrases now. These are things you say when someone asks you a question. If someone asks, "Where are you from?" you can say, "I'm from Brazil, but I live here now." Try saying it. I'm from and your country, but I live here now. Or if you just moved, you can say, I'm from Japan. I just moved here recently. Practice that. I'm from and your country. I just moved here recently. If someone asks, what do? You can say, I'm a student. I'm studying business. Try it. I'm a student. I'm studying and what you study. Or, I work in healthcare. I'm a nurse. Practice it. I work in and your field. I'm A and your job. If someone asks, how do you know the host? You can say, we work together, or we're old friends, or actually I'm new here. A friend invited me. Practice saying one of these. Pick the one that fits your situation. Now I want to share with you some phrases for difficult moments. Sometimes introductions don't go smoothly. Maybe you sneeze. Maybe you drop something. Maybe you forget what you were going to say. That's okay. Here are some phrases to help. If you sneeze or cough during an introduction, just say, excuse me, or sorry about that. Then continue. People understand. If you forget someone's name right after they say it, you can say, I'm so sorry. Could you tell me your name again? I want to make sure I remember it. This is honest and polite. If you're nervous and your voice shakes, that's completely normal. Just take a breath, smile, and keep going. No one is judging you. If you make a grammar mistake, don't stop to correct yourself. Just keep talking. Communication is more important than perfect grammar. The other person understood you. That's what matters. Let me give you some practical scenarios to imagine. Close your eyes for a moment if you want, and picture these situations. Imagine yourself in each one, confident and calm. Scenario 1. You're at a coffee shop, and someone asks if they can share your table. You smile and say, of course, please sit down. I'm Joey, by the way. They say their name, and you respond, nice to meet you. You feel good. You feel proud. You just made a friend. Scenario 2. It's your first day at a new job. Your manager introduces you to the team. You smile at everyone and say, hi everyone, I'm Joey. I'm really excited to be working with you all. Please come talk to me anytime. I want to get to know all of you. People smile back. They appreciate your friendliness. Scenario 3. You're at a community event in your neighborhood. Someone walks up to you and introduces themselves. You shake their hand and say, nice to meet you. I'm Joey. I just moved to this neighborhood last month. It seems like a really nice community. They welcome you warmly and tell you about the area. You made a local connection. Do you see yourself in these scenarios? Can you imagine being that person? Because you are that person. You have everything you need inside you already. The words, the ability, the courage. You just need to practice and believe in yourself. Now let's talk about common mistakes that learners make when introducing themselves and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1. Speaking too fast because of nervousness. When we're nervous, we often rush our words, but speaking too fast makes it harder for people to understand you. Instead, take your breath. Speak at a normal pace. It's okay to pause between sentences. Pausing actually makes you sound more confident and clear. Mistake number 2, not making eye contact. I know in some cultures looking down is respectful, but in most English-speaking cultures, eye contact during introductions shows confidence and honesty. You don't need to stare, just friendly, natural eye contact. If this feels uncomfortable for you, you can look at the person's nose or eyebrows. It looks like eye contact but feels less intense. Mistake number 3. Apologizing for your English before you even speak. Please don't say, sorry, my English is bad. When you say this, you make the other person focus on your mistakes instead of your message. Just speak. Most people won't even notice small errors. They're listening to your ideas, not judging your grammar. Mistake number 4. Giving too much information. You don't need to tell your entire life story in your introduction. Keep it simple. Name, where you're from, maybe what you do. That's enough. The rest can come later in the conversation. Mistake number 5. Forgetting to ask questions. Remember, an introduction is the start of a conversation, not a presentation. After you share about yourself, ask about the other person. What about you? Where are you from? What do you do? This shows interest and keeps things flowing naturally. Let me share a personal story with you. A few years ago, I was at an international conference. There were people from 50 different countries. I was so excited to meet everyone, but I was also nervous. What if I couldn't understand their accents? What if they couldn't understand mine? But I decided to just be brave and start introducing myself. I walked up to someone standing alone and said, "Hi, I'm Joey. This is my first time at this conference. Are you enjoying it?" The person's face lit up. She said, "Oh, thank you for talking to me." I was feeling so shy. I'm Yuki from Japan. We talked for 30 minutes. We exchanged contact information. We're still friends today. And it all started with a simple introduction. One moment of courage, one friendly hello. That's what I want for you. Those moments of connection. Those moments where you push past the fear and just say hello. Because every friendship, every opportunity, every wonderful experience starts with an introduction. Now, I want you to do something with me. I want you to create your own introduction. Think about the phrases we learned today. Think about what you want to say about yourself and create your own personal introduction. Practice saying it out loud. Say it 5 times, 10 times. Say it until it feels natural, until it feels like yours. Here's my introduction. Hi, I'm Joey. I'm from the United States, but I've lived in several countries. I'm an English teacher, and I love helping people find their voice in English. I'm really passionate about language learning because I believe it opens doors and connects people. What about you? Now create yours. Start with "Hi, I'm" and your name. Then add where you're from. Then what you do. Then maybe one thing you're passionate about or interested in. Then ask, "What about you?" Practice it. Say it out loud. Make it yours. I'm going to give you some time to practice right now. Say your introduction. Say it with confidence. Say it with pride. You're not just practicing English. You're practicing being the confident, friendly version of yourself. The version who walks into rooms and makes connections. The version who isn't afraid to say hello. Say your introduction now. Go ahead. I'll wait. Good. How did that feel? I hope it felt empowering, because that's what it is. Every time you introduce yourself in English, you're proving to yourself that you can do this. You're building your confidence. You're becoming more fluent. You're becoming more yourself. Let me give you one more set of phrases before we finish today. These are phrases for ending an introduction and transitioning to either continuing the conversation or saying goodbye politely. If you want to continue talking to someone, you can say, "It's been really nice talking to you. Should we exchange contact information?" Or, "I'd love to hear more about that. Do you have time to chat?" Or, "This is really interesting. Would you like to sit down and talk more?" If you need to end the conversation politely, you can say, "It was so nice meeting you. I hope we can talk again soon." Or, "I really enjoyed meeting you, but I should get going. Take care." Or, "Great to meet you. I'll see you around." Practice these transitions. They're important because they help you feel less trapped in conversations and more in control. It was so nice meeting you. Say it with me. It was so nice meeting you. Again, it was so nice meeting you. This is warm and genuine. I hope we can talk again soon. Say it with me. I hope we can talk again soon. One more time. I hope we can talk again soon. This leaves the door open for future friendship. Take care. Say it with me. Take care. This is a friendly, casual way to say goodbye. Take care. Again. Take care. Simple and kind. Now, my friend, we're near the end of our time together today, and I want to take a moment to reflect on everything we've learned. Think about where you were 40 minutes ago. Maybe you felt nervous about introducing yourself. Maybe you weren't sure what to say. Maybe you felt like your English wasn't good enough. But look at where you are now. You have 12 essential phrases. You have complete example introductions. You've practiced speaking out loud. You've imagined yourself in real situations. You've built something today. You've built confidence. You've built skills. You've built your future. Let me remind you of everything you can do now. You can walk into a room and say hello to someone new. You can tell them your name clearly and confidently. You can share where you're from with pride. You can tell them what you do. You can ask questions that keep the conversation going. You can handle awkward moments with grace. You can end conversations politely. You can make connections. You can make friends. You can do all of this in English. That's incredible. That's powerful. That's you. And I want you to remember something really important. Every single person you admire, every confident person you see introducing themselves easily, they all started exactly where you are right now. They all had a first time. They all felt nervous. They all made mistakes. But they kept practicing. They kept trying. And now it's natural for them. That's going to be you. Sooner than you think. Let me tell you what's going to happen next. Tomorrow or the next day or sometime soon, you're going to meet someone new. Maybe at work. Maybe at school, maybe at the grocery store, maybe online. And in that moment, you're going to have a choice. You can stay quiet and let the moment pass. Or you can take a deep breath, remember everything we practiced today, and introduce yourself. And I already know what you're going to choose. You're going to choose courage. You're going to smile. You're going to say, "Hi, I'm," and your name, and the other person is going to smile back, and something beautiful is going to happen. A connection, a conversation, maybe even a friendship. And later that day, when you're alone, you're going to feel so proud of yourself. You're going to think, "I did it. I introduced myself in English, and it went well." That feeling, my friend, that's the feeling we're working toward. That's the feeling that makes all this practice worth it. That pride, that confidence, that knowledge that you can do hard things. Now, I want to give you a challenge, not a scary challenge, an exciting challenge, an opportunity. Sometime in the next 3 days, I want you to introduce yourself to someone new in English. It can be anyone. A neighbor you've never talked to, someone at a coffee shop, someone in an online meeting, someone at the gym, anyone, just one person. Use the phrases we learned today. Say your introduction, ask a question, have a short conversation. And then, after you do it, I want you to celebrate yourself. Treat yourself to something nice. Tell yourself, "I did it. I'm proud of me." Because you should be proud.